Yo, what's going on, Epic 7? I'm Sue, and this is my beginner's guide to challenge mode Abyss Floor 5. Floor 5 will have you facing off against Clarissa. In order to get 3 stars on this stage, you need to not trigger her outrage, and you also need 3 light characters, which as a brand new player or a beginner, I recognize that might not be something that you can do based on your level of luck, because light characters are moonlights. I have chosen pretty much the 3 easiest ones to acquire in the game for my solution for this floor. But again, if you don't have them, you're just gonna have to come back, right, when you actually get 3 usable light characters on this team. Anyways, let's talk about how to not trigger outrage. The core mechanic of the fight here is rampage. Whenever Clarissa attacks, right, if someone on your team is bleeding, she gains the rage buff. If she gains rage 2 or more times in a fight, you have failed. That is what triggers her outrage, right? When rage is activated for a second time, grants outrage. Clarissa herself does not actually have any way to cause bleeding, which seems kind of strange because the base 4-star character in Epic 7 is literally filled with bleeds. She doesn't have any way to do it. What she does instead is constantly strip buffs off your team so you cannot have immunity. What actually gives you the bleed stacks are these decaying Roplas, right, on their basic attack. These things must die, right? And you need to constantly get rid of the bleeds because Clarissa is going to zoop up the combat readiness bar as long as someone is bleeding on your team. And I've tried to clear this floor by having a ton of effect resistance on most of my characters, and it was fairly inconsistent. So instead, the core of my strategy here when we talk about team building is going to actually be Angelic Montmorancy on the artifact Magaraha's Tome. Because even if she gets the bleed stack on her, because of her short cooldowns that cleanse 1 debuff from everybody, you can very, very, very easily keep bleed off of everybody. And when you get to a point in the match where you have a ton of souls, you can constantly keep soul burning Earnest Prayer to keep immunity on your team, and therefore you will not have to actually incur any bleed stacks. Montmorancy is the core character for this team, despite what these other 3 light characters are. You can play any 3 light characters in this formation with Angelic Montmorancy and very easily pick up the W. Now, as for how we have her built, it's pretty much the same as a lot of these other Abyss guides. Health percentage on the necklace, effect resistance on the ring, boots are speed. For our tank, we're going to play Unbound Knight Arwell because she's the easiest to acquire light knight in the entire game. That's pretty much the only reason that we're playing her. Because her passive gives Escort, which is essentially the artifact Arius, playing Arius as the artifact on her is worthless. Instead, you should play Adamant Shield as your artifact of choice for this character. As for the rest of the equipment, necklace should always be health percentage, and your ring should either be health percentage or effect resistance. Your boot should be speed. Damage dealer is going to be Camilla. No real introduction needed here. If you've watched any of my Abyss guides, you already know how strong this character is and why we play her. Guaranteed defense break with a dual attack from the other character on your team, right? So she essentially is a second copy of your best damage dealer, right? And also amps your team's damage. Daydream Joker here as the artifact because, well, it's one of the best, if not the best, DPS artifact in the entire game for things like Abyss. As for our right side pieces here, you can play anything on the necklace. I'm using health percentage. You can play crit chance. You can play crit damage. If you're struggling for damage, these all work. For the ring, I'm playing health percentage. You could play attack percentage if you want to build her more as a DPS. Boots are going to be speed. Just make sure her effectiveness is over around 35 to 50%, somewhere in that range, and you'll be good. And now the last character, just whatever you want is your damage dealer. Savior Auden is the freely accessible light DPS that everyone has access to, as long as they're willing to put in the legwork. So that's why she's here. Feel free to substitute her with any other light DPS you have. You want to play Navy Captain Landy, Lionheart Sirmia, right? Tempest Surin. You can play Free Spirit Tieria if you want, right? You can play Judge Kisei. Like, literally any of these characters will work. Just pick a light unit in this spot. You'll be fine. Slap them on Daydream Joker as their artifact. Crit damage as the necklace, attack percentage on the ring, and boots can be either speed or attack percentage based on your preference. Because you're playing Camilla, I recommend attack percentage. Anyways, now that you know the mechanics and you know the team and why we're playing it, let's get into the fight.
Let me demonstrate.
Alright, so for Camilla to start, get skill 2 up here. And then remember, these Roplas are the only thing that can cause us to bleed and therefore trigger outrage. So We want to make sure that we get rid of them first. Let's go for a potential defense break into guaranteed dual attack.
I protect.
Stun the one that you didn't defense break with ROL.
Will be brought down upon you. I will do.
All right, and now we want to prematurely use Earnest Prayer on Arwell because the tank is the most likely person to be attacked, and we don't want them to get bleed. This also, because we're on Magaraha's tome, will zoop us up the combat ready bar, so if we do get bled, she'll be right there again to cleanse it.
It's hard, but I won't give up. Don't worry, I'm here.
We could skill 3 this while it's defense broken.
In the blink of an eye. Bring it on. Stay on.
Okay, so now, had we been bled, this is where you would S2 to cleanse it. But we got lucky, so instead, let's try to sleep this Rapla.
You've got a long way to go, kid.
Go for this defense broken one.
I made it in the nick of time.
I like how that pulled Montmorancy because she had the buff, I guess.
I'll help you.
Alright, we could skill 2 here for not only the healing, but again, better turn cycling.
It's going to be okay. Another trial to overcome.
Stay calm and think rationally.
Skill 3 here for the souls.
Protect you.
Don't worry, I'm here. I'll keep going.
Alright, and we could go and look at our cooldowns here. So Clarissa's S3, right? This is the thing that, or I should say her S2. This is the thing that strips us, right? That's gone. That's not on cooldown. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to soul burn here.
Your pain away. A true knight picks their battles.
We could
wisely.
stun this one.
Those who stray from the path of righteousness.
Classic E7 again, by the way. Auden gets hit.
I'll help
But it's
you.
okay because we did that. We got a ton of CR. We're in position again to cleanse.
Let me demonstrate. We'll take you down one by one. I'll cut your
Alright, we
throat.
could set up here.
I will do my best.
We could S1 here.
I fight with the power of all. Another trial.
Alright, so
to
one's down.
overcome.
Now we work on the other one.
I will destroy you.
Stay calm and think rationally.
I protect. That's what I do.
Skill 1.
Is it my
We go
turn?
skill 2 here. Put ourselves in position.
Have hope.
You've got a long way to go, kid.
We go S3 for the souls.
Nothing is impossible.
I'll kill you and you.
Defense broken. Alright, let's take a look at our skills. Clarissa doesn't have this up. And this doesn't have the ultimate. So now if we had the souls, we could soul burn here. Let's go
Just a little.
S3 here for the cycling. And also give immunity to my
I
frontliner.
made it in the nick of time.
We could go for a stun here.
The oath I've taken will be brought down upon you. I fight with the power of all.
And then we can go S1 here. We'll save our S3.
I will do my best.
We can do this for the cycling. Get the defense break off of
Let me
her.
demonstrate. Do not fear. Stay calm and think rationally.
I'll help you.
Alright, and then we can go... Let's look. Okay, so it's still a turn away.
Another trial to overcome. Don't worry.
Alright,
I'm here.
let's go S3 here to get rid of this.
This is what a perfect cut looks like.
I'll cut your throat.
Alright, and then now we're pretty much home free at this point.
A true knight picks their battles wisely. I will do my best.
There's 2 for the healing.
Who do I hit first? As long as I have something to protect,
You've got
I
a long
will
way to
never
go,
lose.
kid. Your
Go
defense is
S3 here.
cold.
Is it my turn?
Get rid of the unbuffable.
I protect. That's what I do. Don't ever ignore the power of someone. With
Get our barrier back.
protect. I'll keep going.
For the hell of it, we could just Arky here.
I'll cut your throat. Prepare for the next attack.
Okay, that gives us an extra attack buff. We could soul burn here.
Should I end?
Didn't get it, sadly.
Don't worry, I'm here. A true knight picks their battles wisely.
Stay calm and think
No,
rationally.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Help you? That must have
Cleanse the
been
defense
painful.
break.
Trial to overcome.
Skill 1.
We still
Skill
have
1.
hope. Is it my turn? Hurry!
Alright. Lucky dual attack. Man, that's a lot of Epic 7 in a nutshell. A lot of RNG there. And this has been Challenge Mode Abyss Floor 5 in a nutshell. So yeah, it's pretty simple as long as you use your Montmorancy skills correctly and focus down those ads. Not anything too difficult. Let me know down in the comment section below if you still have more questions. And as always, if you have any other teams that you want to recommend to your fellow players, leave those down there as well. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and I'll see you all in Challenge Mode Abyss Floor 6. Later now.